The Republican candidates for governor squared off in their last debate earlier this week, and unlike the previous ones, this one was a little more rough and tumble.
I think it's interesting. These three guys seem to be upset about the establishment. Maybe they should define establishment and how they would actually work with this mysterious establishment that seems to be elected officials that they are so against.
Well, my definition of established is basically your entire campaign.
Both Kevin Rinke and Garrett Soldano were looking for support from all of those same people that now they're so angry about. Sounds like sour grapes to me, sir. Sorry about your loss.
Mr.
Can't
Soldano,
afford
this is your final
campaign.
The fact of the matter is the DeVos family owns you. You're our version of Gretchen Whitmer. You'll say anything or do anything to get elected. And
why did you give money to Mitt Romney?
Honest. Just be honest, Tudor.
Well, Kira Lake and Tim Skubic also talked about how the debate went down and why. Here they are now with more.
The audience took a shower after that debate for obvious reasons, because it got pretty ugly.
Right.
They started out the first 48 minutes like a typical Republican debate, very nice. But then let me put in context what happened. Basically, because this race is so close, and Tudor Dixon appears to have a little bit of a lead, three of the gentlemen took after her, trying to tell the voters that she is not a Trump supporter. She's supported by Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos and Mr. Trump are like this, okay? Betsy DeVos left the administration, even was in a meeting where they talked about invoking the 25th Amendment to get Mr. Trump out of office. So they were coming after her to kind of paint her as a non-Trumper, which was the code message to Trump voters. She's not one of us, so you better not vote for her. And she fought back and said, you know what, this is just sour grapes. You guys didn't get the DeVos endorsement. You didn't get the Right to Life endorsement. You didn't get the Chamber of Commerce endorsement. Sour grapes, knock it off, let's go forward.
Now, do you think that was a good tactic to use for the other gentleman then, to go against Dixon that way?
Well, it's always tricky when there's a male-female thing going on and there's an attack going on. But look, this was a Hail Mary on their part. This was the last debate. I characterize this whole debate series, there were 7 of them, as sort of a low-budget mini-series on cable TV, and it finally got to the climatic end, and it had to be a payoff, and that's what it was. So they did what they thought they needed to do. We'll see how it plays out.
We'll see, Tim. As always, thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Well, there's another interesting note about the current crop of candidates. None of them have released their tax returns, and at least one of them, Kevin Rinke, says he doesn't plan to, telling the Detroit News that the move is irrelevant. 2 of the candidates, Ryan Kelly and Ralph Reband, said they would release them, but haven't yet. Garrett Soldano told the paper he would release his in conjunction with his fellow candidates. Tudor Dixon hasn't said whether she'll release hers or not. The only candidate who shared her tax forms is Democrat Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who has posted her federal paperwork online dating back to 2015.